What's up guys, Johnny Junkers again for another video. We were tasked with making Darius for LTA North. In the middle of that build, Riot wanted Darius to have some company on stage, and they wanted another Noxian. I suggested Draven, but I think that would have been too much testosterone and mustache. They suggested Katarina. You know what? I think they were right. Having a bit more of a feminine appeal next to Darius is a good choice. So thank you so much for Riot for challenging us to get this girl out in 11 days. And thank you so much for sponsoring the video. Before we get to the build, let's go over the lore. So lore of Katarina. Katarina's Black Widow. Done. She is the eldest daughter of the House du Couture. Her dad has trained her to be the perfect assassin. Naturally, she gets sent off on her first mission and she's supposed to kill someone. She finds that person and she's like, that guy is not high ranking and cool enough for me to kill because I am awesome. She proceeds to not kill him and kills a general. She comes back to her dad and was like, I did a good job. And her dad is like, no, you did a bad because that guy you're supposed to kill just came over into our camp and killed a bunch of my dudes and almost killed me. So she goes out to go right her wrongs and kill, his name is Demetrius, goes out to kill him. Wouldn't you know it, Talon, her little brother, has been tasked with killing her. Katarina proceeds to dunk on her little brother and gives him a scar, kills Demetrius, and she learns a valuable lesson. Assassins should stay to the shadows, and she should kill the target that she's given. So fast forward to Katarina Shippuden, and she totally doesn't do any of that. She is tasked with killing Lux and J3. She proceeds to go on her mission. She finds Lux and is like, hey, you're kind of cool. You're just like me. Your family doesn't like you, and you know what? I feel this sisterly bond with you. She finds Garen, she fights him. I know all the people just say that Garen and Kat are smashing, that's not a thing, but she proceeds to not kill him. So she kills J3, is sabotaged by her dad and gets kicked off a cliff. She miraculously survives because her blood mage friend just came up and saved her. Once her blood mage friend, Dran, helps with bonding her daggers to her blood, that's how she can shumpo in game, which is pretty dope. She is asked to think about one time when you connected with someone, truly connected with someone, and she thinks about when she threw hands with Garen. You can read the comics online. They're pretty dope, and they're free. I think the big thing from the lore to take away from is that Talon is very butthurt that Katarina gets the du Couture daggers, and those are a symbol of the house, and I kind of wish I knew that before I started making them. I was having a hard time figuring out how to say her last name, du Couture. It means knife in French, so taking her seriously is kind of ridiculous. Her name is Katarina Knife. Make of that as you will. She's an assassin that stabs you and her last name is Knife. All right, we're just gonna move on. So for modeling, what we did is we modeled the daggers, and we did that in AutoCAD to scale them out, and then we put them into Fusion 360 and just did a couple of extrudes and chamfers. Really easy stuff. And what I did is I cut them in half so that I could print them on the Giga. Cut it down the middle, put it on the Giga. Easy, cheesy, done. We have 11 days. We do not have time to be goofing around. Just print half of it, smash the two halves together, and then all of a sudden you have a dagger. For the armor, it takes a little while to model armor, especially with the rest of my team. So we did the dirty thing and we went on to Cults 3D and we bought the models for the Katarina armor for about the price of a Chipotle burrito. The link will be in the description. The Giga could take care of the daggers all by itself. The armor was actually printed on the other printers, the smaller ones, so the X1C, K2 Plus, K1 Max, and those took care of the armor really easy, especially because Jane is not a big human. Right off the printers, we were able to move on to the priming and painting phase. That was a lot of time and labor saved. All right, now that we have all of the prints assembled, it was time to do my favorite part. Is gonna be the painting and the sanding. And this is what took up most of the 11 days, right? Is you prime it, You paint it, you sand it, you prime it, you paint it, you sand it. It's great. I cannot stress enough that in these videos, maybe this phase is only a few seconds to you, but man, it is a long time for me, and it is terrible every single time. The sanding and the finishing, it's the most important part, unfortunately. If you don't have good finish, you're not gonna look very good. Look at every cosplayer that doesn't look professional. It's typically because the finish ain't great. Sanding and finishing. It's very boring. It's very lame. I complain about it constantly, but it's still very important. From there, we move on to the painting phase. So in the painting phase, we're just dropping down silver. We're dropping down, pretty much this entire character is just all silver. So once we drop down the silver, we can move to the airbrushing. So with the airbrushing, I will freely admit, and I think I freely admitted in every single one of these videos, I'm not very good. If you can see here, even with my minimal amount of airbrushing skill, it can take a piece that looks very mid and make it look hella not mid. As I say time and time again, just get an airbrush. It's freaking great. If a monkey like me can figure it out, you can do some really dope stuff with an airbrush. Just going in there with some black, bringing out those edges, it's gravy train biscuit wheels, baby. Gravy train biscuit wheels! All right, so for the strapping, and I've seen the YouTube comments. Even though I'm a prosumer, I'm a professional almost. I'm a professional. I'm definitely a professional. Even though I have high caliber equipment, the fact is that I have not found anything better than hot glue and elastic. Where I can, I will engineer some loops into the armor and put nylon in, or I'll put in elastic. But realistically, at the end of the day, if I have to glue something down, it's gonna be hot glue. This might be sacrilegious and I might get canceled, but I've tried barge before. It does not compare to hot glue. I'm sorry. That is probably the hottest take I'll have on here. We hot glued that down. We had Jane try it on. Thankfully, we nailed it on the first try. It is fitted to her adequately, but then I realized I don't know how to sew. We turned this project over to our friend Rito, and he is coming in clutch many times. So we'll turn it over to what he did. And he did a bunch of sewing things that I don't understand. We did coordinate a lot on Darius and how to attach the shoulders. We coordinated a lot for Katarina in order to attach the shoulders to the jacket. There was some finagling that had to happen in order to get her proportions correct on the jacket and actually get it to stay on, but couldn't have done it without Rito. He's a great guy. You'll be seeing a lot more of him because I will die on this hill. I will never learn how to sew. So, yeah. Please don't leave me, Rito. We wound up having a great time at LTA. It was a really great time. Even though they were streaming in Brazil, it was such a great time at the Riot Arena. Like every time I'm at the Riot Arena, there's so much electricity in the air. Esports, like fervor out there, and you have to hand it to the Noxian theming. It looked hella dope on stage. I do appreciate that we brought both Darius and Katarina to the stage. I feel like, having both of us up there was pretty dope. Darius and Draven might have looked a little too manly. Having that softening vibe of a nice lady named Katarina Knife was nice. I think she looked really dope. We had a great time at LTA, took a lot of photos with fans, had a lot of cool interactions. It's always cool to hang out with the community because I'm part of the community. I play League of Legends all the time. You can always add me. I'm the fabulous pony. I'm always the fabulous pony, but I only play ARAM. That's why I don't stream it. Thanks so much for Riot Games for sponsoring this video, and I hope to have many more. I hope they bring me out to EVO. I hope someone brings me out to EVO. That was the whole reason I did this. Please bring me to EVO. We'll see you on the next one. It'll probably be another League of Legends costume. Actually, I guarantee you it'll be another League of Legends costume. But how there's a tire in the background, this is my Jeep. I just don't have a random tire and like props just hanging out. So I hope you guys like watch another video. Peace.